Hi Libra, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for everyone who subscribes and hits that like button. That is how you give back and support the channel. So thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. Now Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising. We're going to do a reading for you for the month of May 2020. And Libra, we're going to touch on something here, a little different aspect that I'm going to add in for your reading. We'll also do some cards and some messages from Spirit. But what's the month of May got in store for you, Libra? This is a reoccurring theme that I feel, and I'm positive if you go back to some other videos that I've put out for you, that there seems to be a reoccurring message or something we need to go back to, and it's happening in every sign, not just your sign. And the reason why this is, which is the little bit of extra that I'm going to add in, we're going to talk about your South Node and your North Node. Now, Libra, everybody has a South and a North Node. And if you don't know what they are, you can get a natal chart. And that'll be on the link below under this video. I'll make sure I pop it in there for you in case you want to purchase one of those. But what we're going to talk about today is like the moon energy of the nodes. So the nodes are connected to your karma. And that's why this reoccurring thing's coming up. Plus we've got a lot of retrograde. So let's touch on that first. The North and South node are connected to your karma. And we're going to talk about the moon energy in that, as in the transiting nodes, the nodes that move through the charts, through the houses. So what does all that mean? So your South Node, and everybody's had Capricorn in the South Node. Now the South Node's about a wounding, okay? It's something you need to grow through, grow beyond, or learn. So, and then the North Node is about, it's sort of the collective karma. It's like the medicine or the balancing point you need to find with the South Node wounding. Getting a bit tongue-tied there. So your South Node wound, the North Node is like the medicine or the tonic that comes in, and it's where you have to find balance. And you guys all are about balance, okay? And that fairness and justice and weighing the scales. So Libra, the South and North Node, think of it as though, and it will, and why I'm bringing it up this reading is because it's about, once it hits 2 degrees, it's going to move. And it's going to begin to move and go into Sagittarius and Gemini, and I think that's next month. So what we're being presented with is what I'm trying to say here is we need to, it's like a little karmic test or a little karmic exam that we're sitting and with our South and North Node. And if we get that balancing point or that tipping point right, then we've kind of completed the cycle and we move on and we evolve. And the nodes will then move into like Sagittarius and Gemini. So, which is much lighter, by the way. They're air and fire, and we're all going to feel like, oh, we can breathe, or a bit of freedom there. So it's going to be a lot lighter. So this is very heavy because it's in Capricorn, the South Node, which is quite harsh truths, realities, pushing down your emotions, kind of, you know, we call the Capricorn energy kind of suck it up and keep moving through. You know, it makes you do things properly. It's, you know, sort of like the harsher realities, the facts. So we've got that energy going on, which isn't easy. Like, it's not a flexible, mutable sort of, you know, easygoing, happy, floaty along energy there. So, but the North Node's got Cancer in it, and Cancer calls for healing, nurturing, softening, connecting to the emotion. So whatever's going on for you in your South Node, it needs healing, and it's had a harsh Capricorning energy in there teaching you. And now the North Node is like, okay, this harshness and disconnection from emotion and whatever's going on, we want you to balance it with that beautiful Cancer energy. And Cancer goes very inward as well. So please, whatever is, we're going to touch on other things that's going on for you for the month, but whatever's going on for you, ask yourself this: What is the lesson? What am I supposed to be learning here? Because if you get that, if you actually find where the imbalance is and balance it, you will complete that karmic sort of lesson and move on to the next one. So, and remember your north node, it's the balancing point, and there's deeper bonding. It wants deeper bonding and helps you get to the bottom and be more connected to your emotions and relationships, because that reflects in your astrology for the month of May as well. Re-examining relationships. So, the start of the month, we've got Venus, love and money. Now, Venus is going to go retrograde from the 13th to the 14th. So retrograde means we go back over. Now, we don't go back to the exact same point. Retrograde means we go back in with a new perspective or new information or a new viewpoint or a redo or a rethink. So we never go exactly back. We come in with sort of fresh eyes, so to speak. So keep that in mind. But and that the retrograding Venus, which is our love and money and finances, it goes from the 13th and 14th of May right through to the 26th of June. And so what it's going to do for you is take you very deeply inward, Libra, and you are going to look at how you're behaving and how you need to behave differently. But you're also going to go into like a very, very, very deep life soul, on a very soul level, a very deep level. So it could be something you've never kind of touched on before, or maybe you have. For some of you're very deep, and for others you're like, oh, okay, I've got to really look at how I'm behaving, what I'm enabling, vice versa, and contemplating life on a very deep soul level and what that is for you and what that means for you and where you're connected. Because what that follows up then is the re-examining of you in relationships. And that's the current theme that's been in other videos. If you go back, Libra, there's been this constant thing about giving and taking in relationships, not giving enough, trying to keep your own balance too much, or you're a Libra that gives out too much and there's an imbalance. So you're a Libra, your journey this lifetime is to learn balance, become mastered in that balance, give and take and receiving. So because there's two sides to every sign. There's the really people that keep their own balance too much and they're not considering others, and that changes need to be made. Or are you giving too much? You will work it out because you'll know what type of personality or what you're going through in your own personal chart, particularly connected to your karma. And 2020 is all about karma. Resetting, doing the work to reset a new karmic foundation or a new path or a new journey. So we're laying the foundation for 2020. So it's like, those karmic cycles and lessons. We're resetting them, working, and to reset them, you have to work through them. You have to complete the exams. You have to do it. You're not just going to go, oh, yes, I know that, and move through it. You actually have to face it, do it, work through it, and balance it or neutralize it to move through it. It's not just about the awareness. There's more after that. There's the follow-on, okay? So then we've got a full moon in Scorpio, and this is very, very, very intense. Very deep. Scorpio feels very deeply in all of its emotions. It's on the 7th of May, and it is in your money house. So again, re-examining your relationships is coming in, and I think you're going to have that through to June. You'll be looking at your friends, the groups you hang around, who's influencing you on an energy, on a deeper soul level, not just surfacey level like what I like to do. It's on a deep soul level, who you're really connected to, and all that balance. when we're in a retrograde too, particularly with Venus, you know, someone new could come in with a feeling of a past life connection, or someone from the past, or you will revisit the past, and that might be something you need to look at to heal. So if it's someone new though, we suggest you go very slow, because a retrograde is kind of going backwards. It's not a good energy to start anything. But if something new did come in, it would be that slow and steady, continual steps. Now, the full moon on your money house, what I want you to do, because it's very deep and it's very, very intense, this Scorpio full moon. So how do you feel about money? What are your fears around money? Your spending habits are going to come up. You know, and it's basically how you view abundance. So do you have to work hard for abundance? Are you hanging on too tight? Are you I don't know. Your issue will be very at the forefront this Scorpio full moon. Sometimes we come across in a retrograde bargains. I suggest you wait until retrograde is finished, because you may not really, it might be a bargain at the time, but then you might think, did I really need this? So just watch your spending habits around that full moon. No big ticket items. They're the ones that get us. So the 12th and 13th, we've got Mercury in your 9th house of learning, sharing, writing a letter, writing a book, publishing, getting that information going, okay? 9th house wants to share, and it's a spiritual, there's a spiritual energy or learning or aspect to the 9th house there, but it's about you wanting to share that and put that out, or communicate maybe, because Mercury is about communication. So maybe you want to communicate something on a deep soul level, maybe you want to explore that or do a bit of inward work, because on the 13th you've got Mars in the 6th house. So you're going to be busy, and that's going to, Mars is sort of assertiveness. It gives you that push, it gives you that drive to exercise. You'll be busy running around. You could be just, what you don't have too much on your plate, or you're doing too much, because that ninth house wants you to learn, study, research, write a bit, go deep, go inward, like a spiritual lesson. You want to start learning to connect with like-minded people. See, it's higher learning, deep spiritual journey. If you feel like, because of that 9th house, you want to, because on the 21st, that sun shines a light on your 9th house as well. So you might want to travel, or if you can't, you might want to plan a trip, or you're going to start looking at trips and travel. Some of you may want to publish something out in the world that you've been working on, maybe in lockdown. Some of you may want to communicate something to people, or speak on a much deeper level, or go on a deep spiritual journey within yourself. And if you do the work of that north and south node, whatever's come up for you, that little karmic exam or test, we all got them in school, and we've got the Saturn-Pluto conjunction all year testing us, and the 2020 karmic redoing our foundations. But for you, Libra, it's that reoccurring issue that's come up in your readings, in the videos I've done, is re-examining your relationships. So the 22nd, we have a beautiful Gemini new moon, and that is going to, there's a little bit of confusion in that, but new moons are new beginnings, new lease on life. We're going to start to feel like we want to move forward. We've got new ideas. So the Gemini strength is flexibility. So that's a good energy compared to the South Node Capricorn energy, you know, the North Node Cancer energy. It really wants to, you know, that's very heavy and earthy, and then pulls you into that watery emotion, deep inward energy. So with Cancer and the more nurturing and healing energy, so making you, and you in your 9th house, you know, there's that deeper spiritual journey that you will go on. And it's interesting because the South and North Node are going to move into Sagittarius and Gemini. and we've got a Gemini new moon. So that's really interesting. It's setting us up for that next level, that next karmic kind of evolution, we'll call it. Yeah, so there's a lot going on for you, Libra, and this is subconscious. This is the hidden. This is the unknown. So there's a lot of deep spiritual journey. We call this subconscious work. What's hidden behind the scenes that you're not seeing about yourself, or vice versa, or others. And that was when we said contemplating life on a deep soul level, but also looking at your behaviors and how to do them differently. So that sort of subconscious thing, like, oh, I'm a happy person, but underneath, are you, or are you just being nice to make others feel comfortable? So, you know, we need to look at our belief systems, our programs that we're functioning underneath, and underneath is our emotion, okay? Not what's on the outside, what's on the inside, because it's the magnet, it's the subconscious magnet. So one thing I will say here, remember the new moon's all about setting new seeds, planting new intentions, sort of resetting the cycle for the next month to do a full moon cycle. But the 29th is a significant date for you, particularly for Libra in particular, to speak out what's important to you, because I think all month you're doing this deep soul life contemplating, higher learning, deep spiritual journey. And because that's come up for a theme for you in a few readings over the last 12 months, this is exam time. Remember that. I'm going to keep saying that because people need to get that understanding. This is your little test, okay? And, you know, that's your shadow side too. Subconscious fears, what's underneath, how you really feel compared to what you put out there in the world on the conscious level. But also it's your shadow side. So where is your shadow side? Check in there to your how you're behaving. You know, our shadow, you know, we've all got a shadow side. We've all got it. Yeah, the Justice card came out, which is your card, Libra, and it's upside down. So imbalance. Basically, this reading's about Libra. We're going back to that exam. You're going deeper inward, and we're going to see where you're imbalanced or where there's imbalance in your life. And that's what they want you to, well, I suppose master, but not even master. It's, you know, the North and South Node, you can't jump from there to there or there to there. It just wants you to find the balancing point. She's holding the scales in that card. That's funny. Just as I was looking, that's the first thing I saw, and it's upside down. Yeah, and Libra, look, again, after... there's something in your life, Libra, the Justice card upside down, she's holding the scales, balancing, keeping everything fair and even and just and justice. And the following card is the deceit, the deception card. It's the Seven of Swords is all about, you know, where are you deceiving yourself? Where are others deceiving you? Deception. So you place that where that is, but the more open and raw and truthful we can be with ourselves, you know, the clearer you will get it, and the answers or the balance or the lesson. So for some of you, if that was a legal issue, it's like you're waiting for it to be resolved. But someone here believes they can get away with something, or they have got away with something in the past. I'm going to check with the cards, but I feel like if this person's been getting away with something in the past, I believe that could be becoming undone for them. Because that's sneaky behavior, that's deceptive, it's a smug look on that person's face. And why I'm saying that right now is because we're in a South and North Node karmic exam, We've got 2020, which is about karma, and the other side of the coin. So if they've always got away with something, maybe they're not going to. Yeah, look at this, Libra. And a lot of you will be moving forward at the end of the month in that Gemini new moon. Some of you, because after the Seven of Swords, the deception card, whichever way that goes, because I'm talking to Libra as a collective. So look, if it's just you deceiving you and there's nothing legal going on in your life or anything like that, you know, where are you deceiving yourself, or where do you deceive others deceive you, that kind of thing. But if this is an actual legal issue or something you're involved in, that there's been some shady business, or someone that kind of continually gets away with something, see, the blindfold, not wanting to look at it, not wanting to just take that blindfold off and see and look and deal with it, or people have been blinded, but it's temporary. So people haven't been able to see this about this person, or what they were getting away with in the past, which is what with that card I can look at many things, but I'm drawn to the smug look on their face. So this is someone who always got away with it, or always tricked people or something, and people didn't see it. But look at this. There's a breakthrough here, Libra. The Empress card, a new you, a rebirth of the situation, a birth, a pregnancy. If some of you are pregnant or got a child issue here with someone and they're not doing the right thing by you, or vice versa, you'll know where that fits, because somebody here at the end of the month has decided, new beginning, new moon, moving on, closing out a karmic south and north node karmic issue by the end of the month into next month. They've made a decision, they're moving forward. If you're in court, the decision will be made by the end of the month and you can move forward. Or if it's around that mid-month, you're moving forward at the end of the month. And now you're open, now you're connected. See, the Queen of Cups, now what did we talk about? Re-examining your relationships, behave differently, or looking at behaviors of you or others. This is emotional connection. What are you really putting out there? That's your magnet. That's what you're drawing in. But she uses her intuition. She needs to be in tune and balanced for her intuition, because she goes on her emotional intuition, because she connects to emotion. So this is a deeper spiritual journey, inward connection to your emotional levels on a soul level, and using that intuition rather than your head and outward and you know, the conscious living. She's more in the unconscious living, the subconscious living, connected to her emotions. And she wants to connect too. She wants to connect to love or lovers or a soulmate, or on a deeper level. And even if it was you're with your soulmate, you want a deeper level of connection, a deeper level of commitment there. It's funny too, because that card they can call the Gemini card. I'm on a Gemini new moon that's coming in. For some of you who are single, you know, this love you're looking for, once you move on, or do that karmic lesson, make the decision, the cup of love, the cup of emotional connection comes in, and we can connect to our soulmate or our true soulmate. See, on a deeper spiritual journey there, some of us will be connecting with love, soulmates, friends, groups, associations, with more of a deep spiritual connection. So maybe too, what you thought you liked and loved, or what you thought was love or connection, maybe you're reviewing that by the end of the month. See, the Magician card fell on the shadow side. So you are your magician, Libra. Where you think, what you manifest, what you think about is what you manifest. I think Libra do understand that a lot. Whatever this Justice card upside down, whether you didn't get justice, or you're in the middle of it, or this person hasn't been found out yet, or you haven't quite walked away, or whatever the situation is for you, it was a Tower moment, but the Tower is rocking your foundation, showing you to go deeper, re-examine, re-look at this, and we will give you a new foundation. You get a new tower after the Tower card, but something had to come in and shake your foundation, Libra, because there was some deception, whether it was you being deceptive or someone being deceptive with you. And you were in the Hanged Man position there. You either couldn't see it, couldn't work it out, or couldn't do anything about it. Now you want your wish fulfillment. You're not going to choose to ignore it anymore, or if it was this person getting away with a lot, I feel like the blindfolds off, because someone here is going for their wish fulfillment. They're manifesting it to come in, and something or someone to come in, abundance to come in. Could be a job, waiting for that to move you forward. You're manifesting it, or some of you, I just heard, are manifesting an out. You are trying to manifest an out, Libra, and there's the classic Libran. I don't want to be in this relationship, but I'm not going to just say it. I need to find an out. So it's all balanced for everyone, which is wonderful, but maybe you need to look a little bit deeper into that. With the Empress here and the Queen of Wands. This is about taking action, because there's a new you, or a rebalanced you, or a rebirthed you, or if this was pregnancy for someone, the Queen of Wands takes action. She's ready to take action. She knows her value. She's not putting up with any deception, any rocky foundations, anything that triggers her fears or subconscious he, she. These are not gender specific. So if I'm saying she, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the Queen of Wands. So, be mindful, she's ready here, and that's after that Scorpio full moon, or in the middle line here of the Scorpio full moon. So that's interesting. Also, this is for some of you who are wanting to get out of that relationship, male or female. You're manifesting an out, or a job, or money, or abundance, or something to come in here that will give you an out. You are manifesting that right here. Calling, talking to the universe. You come out because some of you are moving towards an Empress, but you're being blocked by a Queen of Wands. So some of you even know, this is only for some of you even know who or what you want to move towards. I think this is more to do with love, to be honest. Or a connection, a deep soul connection. But this Queen of Wands is trying to block her. And I believe that will not happen. I don't believe that. But this is a fiery person, or someone who takes action, who's, it's funny, it's like she keeps stepping in across. Even though every time I go to put that card, it doesn't even go like that on top like the others. The others are sort of balanced on top. If you look at that kind of was equally on top. This one, this Queen of Wands, which is what I take notice of in readings, blocked. She kept coming across, trying to block out this person. So there's a little hidden message there, and that'll resonate only for some of you. Someone knows who or what they want to move towards, and their Queen of Wands keeps blocking them, which is the smug, deceptive energy here, Libra. They know they can. They know how to play you. I would assume in that situation only, not for all of you, only people in that situation, and they know how to trigger your subconscious, your shadow side, your fears, or make you feel guilty, or play. I'm not going to say play you. Let's just say, if you were playing chess with this person, they know how to outmaneuver you. That's a nicer way of putting it. But you will go back into your Emperor. You will be the Emperor, Libra. You are going to sit, the Libra takes charge of their life, makes the decisions, moves forward. or makes the decision to move forward. You know, the Emperor runs his own kingdom, she runs their own kingdom, goes back to making their decisions, what's for their highest and best, and for the highest and best of the good of all, because the Emperor is to look after the whole kingdom, remember. And I think that's a real Libra thing. How do I keep balance for everyone? Well, guess what, Libra? Sometimes you can't. So, and you want to move towards a connection where, Libra, look at I love this card. Look at these two children playing. This is emotional connection, deep connection here. And look at these two playing together, doing the same thing, connected in their own energy. Look at the balance and the nurture and the nice, quiet, peaceful energy between these two. They're supporting each other. They're doing the same thing, but nobody's into it's balanced. They're very balanced. Even how they're sitting is very balanced. And look at the water coming in here. They're filling their cups. All the cups are full. And this is emotional. This is using your intuition or in who you're really deeply emotionally connected to on a soul level. It just is. To me, that is harmoniously in your emotions. That's what I'm seeing from that card. And look at this. Wherever, Libra, for some of you in a relationship, you've completed or mastered a cycle like the High Priestess. You've been from the dark to the light. She knows how to keep her balance now, and she's mastered something or outgrown something. Or secrets, she can have secrets that did come out that made you go through or transition up through to another karmic lesson. But she knows how to keep her balance now because she's so intuitive on a deep soul, inner journey connected level. There's no putting it over the High Priestess. There's no more lies and trickery. They've been there, done that. She knows your truth before you even finish the sentence. She does even know the answers or the truth of what her answer is, but she will even pick and choose when she gives that information in a balanced way, like whether you need the information now or to hold off. So not to trick you or anything like that. It's like, are they going to understand this information that I'm going to give them? So some secrets came out. I would say you've moved through that. You've completed the cycle. You're very intuitive. You've gone on the deep, inner, spiritual, deep journey of the higher learning journey, higher learning, been from the bottom to the top, dark to the light, been through it all. And now I think you're coming into what truly is union for you, or balance, or love, or deep spiritual connection. See, I've just got a message then for some of you Librans. You may have been in friendships, lovers, partners, marriages, jobs, careers where maybe there was a little bit of not ego, but more conscious living. And now you've been called to go in on a deeper level, so more physical, more material, more what made you happy on the outside or what looked good on the outside. And this is a big shake up to your balance because you've realized that didn't make you happy, that you weren't deeply spiritually connected or growing, or you are growing into more, you want more. Just that old, I'm not saying that this is exactly you, but that old saying, like, you've got the beautiful house, the car, the partner, so why aren't I happy? Or I'm earning all this money, but why aren't I happy? I don't feel connected to anything on a deeper level. I want a deeper level. There's got to be more. So that's just a little example just to look at, because there's something here. There's a few things going on here. A lot of subconscious shadow work, the conscious mind being all that physical stuff, material stuff that we thought made us happy, or what was shiny looked good and we felt good, and we realized, no, it doesn't. Or, and so you've gone on a deeper spiritual journey. And for those of you in relationships, there has been some major shadow side foundation shake-ups that you were really stuck in, or maybe you were stuck in something that you couldn't get out of or couldn't maneuver around, and you really had to call on some help. And that could be as simple as a legal issue. You know, we're not in control of a legal issue once it's in the system. You know, we're going to put forward all of our stuff, but we're waiting for someone to kind of, you know, bring in that answer, or bring in that freedom, or bring in the setting you free, or you know, bringing in the justice, or the answers, the conclusion, I should say, because ending a karmic cycle. So someone here definitely was blocking you, Libra. And if that's you blocking them, then there's a moving on. There's a decision to move on. There will be decision made. And look at the peace and harmony and completion of a karmic cycle. And look at this deep emotional, intuitive, deep spiritual, inward emotional connection. Look what it brings, the harmony. And you've completed the cycle, and you're just actually moving towards love and balance and harmony and connection, deep soul. This is soulmates, soul groups, soul families. You know, you want a deeper spiritual connection in your life, Libra, and that is part of that karmic lesson. So Libra, there it is. I hope that helped you for the month of May. We have the eclipses coming in June. So this is preparing you. This is preparing you for eclipse season. Eclipses end and start things very quickly. So anything that needs to be tidied up now or gone back over in retrograde, this is why we're revisiting it. So there it is, Libra. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Remember to hit that like button, and we'll see you next month. Thanks, Libra.